What's up, guys? How are you?
Hey, Zach, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Sorry to make y'all wait a few minutes. I was trying to close down a sale. Okay.
Thing.
So, everybody, welcome. Happy to see everybody here. Hey, Keith. Hey, Fernando. Hey, Scott. Hey, John. What's up, Phil? Hey, Al. Hey, Lorenzo. Hey, Derek. Hey, Caleb. How are you, man? Hey, Oliver. What's up? Carlton. How you guys? So what is this call? What the heck are we doing here, right? Well, who are all these people? Well, what we're doing is I do a bunch of different calls all week. And I was like, what am I doing here? I got to consolidate this. Let's get together in one big call. Whatever questions you guys have, I'm going to help y'all. I'm going to serve y'all. Let's cut it up. Let's make cold calls to customers. Let's have some fun. Let's just grow as business owners, right? Like I'm an entrepreneur just like you guys are. I'm a normal dude. So I want to consolidate all of our calls into one, and it may end up being better because we may be able to, as a group, learn more stuff faster. And yeah, it's like leverage of people, leverage of proximity, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Cool. So we got on the call, we got spin resellers, we got folks who are members of BTPS, we got just good old fashioned Pro Plus users here. And my thought is like, I was like, why am I doing all these different calls? I'm like spitting all this fire, trying all this stuff out in different calls. And I was like, why don't we just do it all together? So it makes sense to me to do that. So that's where we're at. Thanks for coming. There's 18 of us here, which is really cool. I was going to send out an email to everybody to join, and I haven't done that because, I was selling stuff, training my team, selling stuff. That's all I'm doing all day long, which is great. Okay, I'm going to post this real quick though in the Facebook group, and then we'll get rolling. And I ran late. I apologize. Oh, it's starting here. And then one more post, and we'll roll. How's everyone doing today? Give me something good, bro. What y'all working on? Who's a recent customer you're going after? What's a niche you're thinking about? Maybe it's a great idea. Maybe it's terrible. I have no idea. Let's talk about it. What are your problems? What walls are you hitting? As an entrepreneur, when all of us do the same thing, we think about an idea. Oh, this could be an idea. Or to poke in a little bit. Oh, wait, it starts to open. The door's starting to open. Oh, okay, this could be a really good idea. Oh, I can sell a bunch of these. But then you get to a place where me hit some walls, right? So how do we overcome those, or like overcome stuff? Like I'm hitting walls all the time. I have to like find ways around them or above them or through them, etc. So
yeah, I've got some activity that's going to pop up tomorrow, which is going to probably be the culmination, hopefully, of another sign-on that I've been chasing for going on probably 2.5 months.
yeah.
So he finally connected with me yesterday and wants to talk tomorrow, and is serious. I think he's at the point now where he does want to get on, and this is the automotive program. So I'm pretty sure that I'll bring him on tomorrow.
Great. So what's the story? Like what are they? Small used car lot, big lot? What's the deal?
He's a small one. He does about 25 a month, but he wants to do more. And but he really feels strongly that this technology will kind of give him a little extra boost in terms of how he currently does business, and especially putting him in a position where he can compete against Carvana, CarMax, and Vroom, who are all using this technology. Mm-hmm. So he sees the value in stepping up to the plate and investing in a little extra technology. So, cool. But it took him a little while to get there, but mostly because he's been so darn busy. He does have a lot of business going on all the time, and he didn't have a space to be able to start doing the spins. Mm-hmm. But he's now made room, and so I think he's ready.
Cool, great. I talked to Noor, the other guy you sold. By the way, y'all don't know, Lorenzo is in our spin reseller program. He's selling rooftops, got all kinds of interesting deals he's kind of working on. And the consistent theme in the automotive industry is that like this takes consistent follow-up, right? Whether it's even a small dealer to a really big dealer, it just takes a lot of follow-up, a lot of consistency. Because folks are busy, right? They're moving cars, they're bringing them in, they're talking to customers, they're selling cars. So like to add on that digital merchandising piece or element is like an extra amount of time, which you don't have much space for, which I totally understand. Yeah. So your other customer you sold, Noor, I talked to him on the phone, just kind of like, he asked a couple questions, and what he's going to use is a collection of spins. He's going to make spins on his app. and he'll add them all to the collection. Use one link, and just use that's the link he's going to use to share social media, Facebook, Craigslist, whatever. Hey, check out my inventory. Here it is. Boom. And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I never even thought about that. He just wants to add them all into one link. This wants to consolidate. Like to him, it's like he wants his marketing to be simple and consolidated in just like one place. So I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. Good. Go do that. So he'll make spins of his Corvettes or whatever, and then he'll just send them out in one link. So looking, efficiency is like what we're going to look for these guys. I mean, because it gets super complicated at 200 units a month, right? So how do you make it simple?
Yeah. And these guys are creative. Once they get into this thing, I went onto his website to see what he was, what he's doing, and I did see the carousel of multiple cars, the way he set that up.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was like, great. And like, we're on the phone. I'm not doing a screen share, nothing. He's just like, hey, real fast, hold on a second. I'm dealing with the customer. Okay. Yeah. So I always do that all the time. I like you describe. Totally okay. Listen, I'm here to serve, bro. Whatever pace or like level of ADD you want to throw my way, I don't mind. Let's talk about it, bro. I just want to get you signed up and happy and using the tool. And when they're at that point, they're going to keep paying for it to stick for a long time. That's how I look at it. But cool. Yeah. So I have some funny stories in automotive, bro. Like I'm hustling like you guys are. I'm selling, I'm texting a customer. I'm like trying to get them on board. I'm doing the same stuff y'all are doing. So I'm doing it to a specific industry, for, enterprise software. Right. And so I know the game. Like I know about internal advocates. I know about how to like get someone to make a deal with someone to refer me to five other guys. Like I'm doing this stuff all the time. Like, how to like build rapport. I discuss this stuff like in YouTube videos or whatever. It's like, it's helpful for our brand and stuff. But the reality is it's like, it's real life. Like to build rapport with someone is super important. And that sometimes just takes time. There's a time element in that conversion. It's just the way it is. I see a little hand pop up. Cool. We got some good Zoom people here. Rob, go ahead, bro.
Hey, how's everybody doing? First of all, hope everybody's well.
Good, man.
Good. Had some pretty good success over the last couple of months. I got about $17,000 over the last 2 months. And this is maybe from 1, 2, 3, 4 clients.
Nice.
But what I need to know is the struggle that I'm having is what is the operation of choice for subscriptions? What are you using to enroll? Stripe?
We use Stripe. We also use PayPal. PayPal is really easy. It's like, so like I subscribe to PayPal people sometimes. I like it a lot. It's just really simple. But we use Stripe internally, and it's also pretty simple. You just create a customer and create subscription. You just like when you create a customer in Stripe, there's a button that says actions. You click it and it says create subscription, and then you just make a product and whatever the price point is, and then that's the link you send over. That's simple. Credit card is preferred, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And it makes a beautiful, sexy invoice too. So like really beautiful. It's like makes you look big, makes you look good. So
good deal. Thank you.
Yeah, while we're on that topic, Zach, I'm not sure if you got my text on that transaction we just did to bring on Speed Auto Sales. When I got the confirmation back from PayPal that I'd been paid, it ended up charging me a service fee. So
yeah, I didn't expect that, but okay, we'll talk about that offline. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. We'll figure it out. Make it. Yeah, we'll work on it. Lorenzo, also, I think you have. I think you have the 2 subscriptions. We're gonna have to cancel one of them, by the way. Don't let me forget. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead, Caleb.
Hey, quick question. I know we've been going back and forth with John. I know it's kind of a mixed call, but any word on adding that little thumbnail image for collections? I know when I post a collection of hotels, it only will do it per individual post, and same with the client.
You mean like the social media preview image?
Yes, and I'm still having a couple of scores that aren't popping up. I don't know if it's Facebook or browser related, so I just wanted to kind of touch base on that.
Yeah, Clayton's here. What do you want? You want to feed into that, bro? I'm not sure where it's at.
Sure.
You know
I actually didn't know I was unmuted this whole time. I'm glad I wasn't talking bad about it.
Oh, this mother effer. Oh, I heard this before. Oh gosh.
Yeah. So collections. Yeah, I saw your request come through last week. It's actually in progress with the team. We know exactly how to do it. It's in progress. So I would expect to see something here within about probably by Wednesday next week. It'll all be fixed up.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Sure. Yeah, we have a whole process of like handling issues or weird stuff. And so you'd be surprised at the weird stuff that we just don't think we're going to happen. All of a sudden, like, we got to fix. So it's just part of the deal, part of the game. Well, that's why we have a Clayton team. Go ahead. I see a physical hand raised. What's up, bro? Go ahead. Carlton, I'm gonna unmute you here. This is fun. Whatever y'all got, you can bring it to the table right now.
Yeah, hi. This is Scott Owens. I'm a
Hey,
new
Scott.
I'm a new CloudPano subscriber. And,
Welcome. Happy to have
thank
you part of the
thank you.
family.
Thank you.
You're part of the family. Okay, that's what
yes.
we're using the right words. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. And
Cool.
my day job is doing GIS mapping work. And I'd like to submit or even show you some things that we're trying to do here with 360s. That's pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen it. It's not overly intricate or hard. But one of the features, and my old 360 service vendor, it was RoundMe. I'm sure y'all heard of that. One thing that they have that is extremely unique to rural land folks, like let's say hunting property or recreation properties that have real estate there, but also have land. And they're wanting to showcase the land maps and anything in 360. You know, it's really something new in that genre. But what I found with RoundMe, they have, where they're using standard maps, it is a side pop-out that comes out from the side. Instead of being like CloudPano's got the icon down at the left where you could use map or floor plan. Okay, the same thing with RoundMe, it's just an image, just like CloudPano's an image. But in CloudPano, it pops up over the 360 tour. What's unique about having the side pop out come out is that you can keep the 360 view open and interactive and moving while viewing your map with the actual hotspots and portals active as well. And if you want, I could share my screen and it would convey it easily, or send a screenshot.
Will be great actually for like future requests or like things we got to look at as a team. It takes a little bit of time since we have a lot of folks on the call. It would be better if like you just send me a screenshot, email it to me, and I'll forward it to the team. We can kind of put it on like the backlog. We call it a backlog. I like stuff we can like some stuff's like great ideas. Like maybe we'll do them. Like this is like, oh, this is an awesome idea, or this is like super easy. Let's do this like in like a week. So it all depends on like what you're looking to do exactly. So it sounds like you're trying to use an overlay that is like not just like a floor plan button over the middle, but like a little bit different. So that's cool. Yeah, I like that kind of stuff. We're considering some like total floor plan upgrades in the near future that are going to be really cool. So a lot's going on with that actually. So we're working towards it. Yeah.
One other thing that's kind of related with this, and I'll send this in an email as well. CloudPano, are y'all linked in to view maps like from Google, or is it just the image? You just use an image in the floor plan. Feature?
So you can upload to Google Street View on CloudPano for sure.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that, but many virtual tour vendors have like an actual interface into maps.
Yes,
whether it's Google or. And
I've been using that functionality in popping up the Google map for a particular business. And it basically is just a hyperlink to that, and it's available within the CloudPano app.
Yeah, one feature, and I'll explain this in the email, and I'll let y'all go on because I know we don't have a lot of time, but I think there's a market for CloudPano. There is checkout. It's called Esri, and they are the leading mapping specialists in the world. And like we have Bing Maps, we have Google Maps. Esri also has their own maps, and people pay services to Esri in the commercial, engineering, industrial realms to put their maps on their service. And being able to have a window, whether it's a link or a pop-out that slides out to, let's say, Bing Maps, Google Maps, or Esri, that would be incredible. And
it sounds like we can just do an iframe to a map, real simple. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll send more.
Okay, cool.
I may actually put the screenshot in the chat.
Cool. Well, you may have a lot of exposure to like industries I've never seen before. So I would like to know. I've learned in this business that there's like stuff I would never think of that can pop up. And like you think maybe I hear something, I'm like, oh, well, I don't know anything about that. And it's gonna like not think about it. But the reality is it could be a lot of money there, right? So
well, we have two new features as well that haven't been I don't think they're very commonly known, but we have custom CSS, which is how a tour looks, how an info spot looks, how anything looks. And then we also have custom JavaScript, where you can basically take any sort of third-party scripts and do what you want, or you can write your own code. So a world exists right now where you can, if you want to hire a developer on Fiverr.com or something like that, you can have some sort of custom code that would say, hey, when you click on this info spot, open up this, Esri map and, do whatever you want. So I guess my point there is that there's a lot of flexibility that does exist that you can explore as well in the meantime.
So you can do it now. Go take some code. I got, hold on one second. Who's talking?
It's Phil Gorsky.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, real quick on Esri. I have a friend of mine who's been with him for 7 years, and he's actually the business development manager for the technology sector. So if you do want to go down that path, I have a contact for you.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it together.
All right.
I've never even heard of. I'm like, I know that this is a big deal. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is cool. I'm looking at it on my other screen, but here I am not knowing anything about it. But I'd like to know more.
You see the screenshot?
Not yet. No, I'm just poking around on Esri. But these are big industries that we want to be in. We want to be We want to be in utilities. We want to be in national resources. We want to be in sustainability.
The screenshot for anybody who sees it.
Esri
part of it is on the left side. So that's the mapping that you can do on the left side, and then the 360 vendor part of it is on the right side.
Got it.
But no,
So we can open up anything in iframe easily, and a developer can easily do that. So like an overlay, we can do that as well too. So maybe we'll poke around and mess around with that, and like make some tutorial videos of like, basically like what when you think about custom JavaScript, and like I'm not a developer, right? But all the time in the web world or like web pages world, I'm adding in third-party stuff into a site so I can try to see what it looks like. Like you might see a pop-up of like how many people joined recently, right? When you're checking out CloudPano different places, or you have a little chat pop-up appear, right? Or you have or a drop-down or a pop-up that says, please insert your email if you want this newsletter, or whatever. Well, all that stuff most of the time is a third-party application that's just add into the header code or the custom JavaScript somewhere. And we do the same thing with CloudPano now. So think about CloudPano as a layer, like the layer, your screen is a window, and you're looking into something in 360. Well, you can add on an extra little like pop out that's just like click here, it opens up your Esri map or whatever. You can always do that.
Handy, Zach,
do I?
Cool. When you showed, like, I think it was like the influence widget on the tour.
Yeah, so that one I couldn't figure out how you saw that one. I didn't, but I can definitely show you an example of just something really simple. So
Try incognito mode.
okay, I'll try that. I'm gonna pull it up on my dashboard real quick before I do. So I'm in like 1 million teams now. So now I have like 1,000 tours on here, but that's okay. I'm gonna 1,000 spins from many vehicles. Hey, here we go. And let's try this real quick.
Just a question, a UI question real quick
Sure. Go ahead.
on organization. So is there a way or a feature, I guess, down the pipeline to organize the tours, not into collections, but into folders so that there's just not as many pages? Like, is that something that's been thought about? I'm thinking like, I do many different verticals and having a folder of just one client would be very useful just from a purely like visual organization perspective.
Sure. We could definitely do that just via Teams right now. You can make a Teams like per industry. Have you tried that?
I have not, no.
Okay. Give it a whirl, see if it kind of satisfies your needs. But like we have like teams for different industries. We have teams for different customers, and you can add whatever tours to that. You can also add users to it, and you can change it. They have view access or edit access as well too. So let's say you have a customer, you want to give them access, et cetera. You can do that. So, but you can also organize like by industry as well. Let's make a team. Teams basically is a folder, basically is what it is.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me see real quick. We got some Carlton. You had a hand up for a while, bro. We'll let you go next. And then you right now you're muted, and then we'll let John go next. Okay, John. Can't hear you, bro. I gotta get you unmuted. I'm pressing the ask to unmute button. Make sure I give you the time. But Clayton asked me to share something real quick too as he's getting that figured out. So this is me messing around with my house with just this little spin of a VR kit. So I'm gonna refresh this, and this is just if you see what happens here, it says subscribe for email updates. So this is actually a third-party application that I add into the custom JavaScript. This is ActiveCampaign. So like I could type in my email. Let's do that real quick. And like, that's not CloudPano that did that. That's ActiveCampaign. That's something else. Same thing with the chat bot or see how it pops up. So you can have it appear after 3 seconds, or you have it appear on a specific spin scene, etc. So you can do a lot of you can redirect to whatever page you want to. So this is not a fair example because I cannot figure out why my little influence widget wouldn't pop up. And Clayton, it was for him, but that's just showing you what that looks like. All right, go ahead, Carlton.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not in meetings. Sorry, I'm not in meetings much, but I've been trying to get into the local colleges and nursing homes or hotels. I'm in upstate New York, and there's a ton of them everywhere, but finding a pitch, a way to get in there where they're trying to get past, no, I think we're good already, is a little bit troublesome for me. I'm finding it hard to get past the, I think what we have is pretty good.
Yeah. So I had this happen yesterday or 2 days ago. He literally said, what we have is good. That exact statement. So if someone's like, hey, no, I'm not interested, that's okay. At least they responded to you, right? Like you can move on. But before you move on, I pitched like, okay, well, if you're interested in this, and this, let me know, and I'll like to talk more. So in this case, like it was a dealership who popped up in our system. And they're actually doing 360s of pontoon boats. Okay. And so it's a true story. So, I mean, other guys, it always depends on the industry. So it's very specific. You got to find what gets them to respond, right? They call it throat grabbing copy, right? Get them by the throat, but
Grabbing copy.
yeah, but here's what I did. The owner of this dealership said, I said, well, hey, no big deal. If you're interested in like exterior spin and live video chat and custom virtual showrooms for you guys, let me know. And I moved on, whatever. It's no big deal. I tried calling him as well too. Well, then I saw one of his employees appear in our system again. So all of a sudden I one of the things I said got some interest, and then he's trying to like secretly explore our application. So I call that guy. The guy's name was Martin. I'm like, hey, what's up, Martin? I saw you were in our platform. I was just talking to Bill about what y'all are doing. Tell me how I can help you. right? And we start talking, and he tells me all what they're already doing, all what they're trying to do, all what they're gonna do in the future. And I meet every single need. I'm just like crushing this call, right? Well, it was cool. It was perfect scenario of me like kind of not letting a lead die and just pinging them a little bit and showing an example. But that's one scenario, right? And he happened to be doing pontoon boat interiors, and like he in the future wants exterior spins. So I happen to be the perfect product. Okay, this happened to work out. But but from a more macro view or philosophical view of like how do I get someone to not say no, I'm good. You have to be able to hear no as just like the first no. Like there's got to be multiple no's in the future. So like how do you overcome that? Results are your best way. So if you can go get case study results and you have this like really good list of 100 decision makers, hey, just wanted to let you know we just helped this person get this result in this amount of time without having to do this. And here's why I think that worked. So I want to keep you in the loop. Hope you're well. If you're interested in a free strategy call, we can come out there and shoot so what happens is you have to build enough rapport to earn the next step. And what you're trying to do is sell your thesis. So if someone says, no, we're good, they may not actually know what it is, the problem you solve, right? So selling the thesis is the first most important part. And when I'm on a call with someone who's never talked to me before, so in this case, Martin, he's never talked to me before, I want to see what he's trying to do. I need to know what his goals are, because I cannot meet someone's goals if I don't actually freaking know what they're trying to do. I have no idea. I can't just tell them, you need 360 automotive app. That would never work, right? I need to know what he's doing, what he's trying to do, and there's some gap in between there, right? And so I have to sell him on the thesis or the idea first. If he believes that is true, then he'd be willing to use me. So I'm not trying to sell the software or the service. I'm trying to sell the need that you guys need this thing, and here's why. And you can't convince somebody. You have to find what they're trying to do with their problems and then associate that thesis to it. And then once you get there, then you're at a place where you can start to close. You just overcome objections. And one was going to be price and time. You have to overcome those, or spouse, overcome that, or partner, overcome those, and all of a sudden you have a sale. So last night, I'm on dinner. I'm having dinner, and I get a lead to call me back. Okay, his name was Dino. I say, "What's up, Dino?" I'm like, Dino's calling me. I saw my Apple Watch. I got the phone. Hey, Dino, how can I help you? And the kids are over here, whatever. It's fine. Well, what happened was he's like, well, hey, Zach, wanted to call you back. This is an automotive dealership. And he said, what did he say? He said, I don't really know if I want to pay a setup fee. And, I don't really know if I'm selling plenty of cars right now. And I said, well, listen, we can waive the setup fee, get you started for $300 a month. It's a cheap price. And we're month to month. You can just test it out. We'll put a little pixel on there to make sure you're getting results, so you know you're getting your money's worth. How does that sound?
Yeah.
He said, okay, let's do it. Cool. Great. Who do I email next to? Who do I send an invoice to? So like I just overcame the little objection he brought, and everybody wants to bring some objection. They feel like they're being a good steward of the company's money when they bring up some kind of like discount request. Right. So in your offer, like to have a setup be it's big, hey, I can knock that in half if you can move forward today. You got to be able to have something that you're going to plan to negotiate with, right? So in the objection phase in the future, you're going to be able to remove that. So I remove the setup fee and I get a customer. So I make a $4,000 sale a year basically from this one little thing that I removed. He'll sign up, probably never unsubscribe. That's what I think. So anyways, I'm just.
Well, thank you for that. With that said, if I do have the right pitch and I can find the need or a problem that I think I can solve, would you, let's say for a college, would you go to the marketing director or to someone who's over a marketing director? Because I feel like they don't want to.
Caleb's laughing. Caleb, what do you think, bro? You want to tell him?
All right. So I have been pitching colleges. It's not something that I want to advertise a lot because I do some big business with colleges. It is peculiar. I just reached out and did one in Nebraska. Nice 8-hour drive from where I'm at. And it was the director of recruiting in this situation because he's actually the one. Now, he's the first one that I've ever had that's director of recruiting. And come to find out, their marketing director, they just fired. She's won all kinds of national awards, hired a new person. But it's not always the person you think. And it depends on the school. I'm going to divulge a little secret. So like in Louisiana and places, a lot of times it's a chancellor. In the southern states, it's chancellor. It could be, once you need to get good at looking through student directories. I'm not student directories, school directories, and then finding out they all kind of look the same once you find them, and you can use link pulling or pull stuff off of there. But no, it's not always the director of marketing. It could be the executive vice president of communication. It could be PR. It could be marketing. And I actually have my hand raised to speak to the hotel thing. We just went on vacation and came back, and I reached out to the hotels we were staying in. Ended up driving my family crazy because I landed 14 hotels on the 15-day vacation in Seattle and in Oregon. So I got to fly back out for 3 of them. We did 11 of them. My kids are literally waiting in the car, and this is nice Eastern Indian guy, and he is buying up Mount Rainier hotels. He is buying up properties in Olympic National Park with his family members who are partners. And so we stayed in Manessa Castle, which is an 1892 Victorian castle, because he comped us. We were staying in one hotel, comped us for another one. And I spent 2 hours shooting that hotel, but I would literally leave the kids in the car with my wife and a loaded firearm. And we would go in, I would go in and set up, go grab the person at the front desk, go through, and some of them are motels, some of them are hotels, some of them are boutique, but you need to get to the owner of it. Don't think, oh, this person, don't try and go for the Hiltons, go for the mom and pops and go in and talk to them or make phone calls. You'd be surprised. It happenstance and luck, but don't give up. There's a million of them. Yeah. And they want Google. They want Google tours.
Okay.
Another about
very much. I appreciate
college.
that.
Yeah. So colleges, they have many different departments and many different organizations within the college. So you have a virtual tour already for like the main recruitment. I just did a tour for a conference center within a college. So they have a specific need. They want to showcase this conference center, get people to come in and buy their rooms. So, don't be discouraged if they already have one. There's many different departments that you could kind of target underneath the umbrella of like the larger organization.
And not only different departments, but colleges have different schools. School of Engineering, School of this, and each school has their own budget. So it's not like you can go to one person and get everything. You can, but like he was saying, the public relations. I work with the assistant vice president of public relations and strategic communications at the college that I'm working with, and he is the gatekeeper. So he's not necessarily the final authority, but he gets he gives the nod to the person and says, yeah, we want to do this. And they say, okay, how much is it?
I'm sorry, yeah.
It's the assistant vice president of public relations and strategic communications. So that's a PR person at this particular school, but they have go to the different schools, find out who the person of choice is at each school and what department they're in. And you can always start at one. And those people know other people at other schools because chances are they've come from other schools to be at the current position that they're in now.
That's right.
Yeah, thank you guys. Very valuable. I really appreciate it.
If you can't get through a gatekeeper, this is something I've done for years. It's pretty simple. If you know who the person is and you call with authority and say, let's say Becky answers the phone. Hi, Becky, this is such and such company. Hey, Becky, I'm just calling to talk to John. Is he available? And just shut up because you sound like you know him as a friend. I don't say, can I talk to your director of, but you can get through the gatekeepers if you act like you know them, or hey, what time will he be back in? Just if you act like you own the place and you know everyone and are friendly, you'll get through the gates really quickly. Call at different times, keep a good spreadsheet. Say I called at 2:00 on the 24th. I'm going to call back, on a Wednesday or a Saturday. I'm going to call them at 9 a.m. So just it's more hustle, but when you do get it, it's rewarding.
And do you have a first like 2 lines that once you get to the gatekeeper, do you have a first 2 line to introduce yourself without them seeming like you're pitching?
I don't go to the gatekeeper usually. Work around the gatekeeper. Nope. LinkedIn will tell you if I mean, some small businesses, you're better to walk in, but larger ones, LinkedIn's good. There's Hoovies is a good one, but you can go to the website and their directories if they're a big enough, like school, for example. I don't mess around with the gatekeepers. You need to find out who you need to talk to even approach, and you may send 20 emails, and it's that 21st one that got you there. It's, all it takes is that 1 degree of change. Moving from, what is it, 211 degrees, it's just hot water. 212, I think, is boiling water. Same with freezing, it's 1 degree. So don't stop that.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so some good points to bring up, like number one, call authority, right? So like, hey, is Greg there? That's what I do. Hey, can you forward me to Greg, please? And they're like, yeah, sure, hold on. I never heard somebody ever say, well, hold on, who are you? That's just never really happened personally. Also too, like we mentioned as a group, like there is just a amount of research internally you're going to have to do with an organization that you just don't know who to talk to. Hey, who's our person to talk to? We call it find the right person campaigns. That's what we're trying to do. And we do them all the time. And we have series of email series. Like when I found the right person, what do I say differently in those emails or whatever? So you have to like do that research as part of it, which takes hustle. That's a good point. John, you had a hand for a while. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is all good stuff. Some of my questions have already been answered as far as larger scale tours. I'm struggling with pricing a little bit as far as is it number of shots? Is it square footage? I posted in the chat a wedding venue, and that's kind of my niche right now. I'm coming off of 20 years of wedding photography and videography, and now doing the virtual tours and incorporating a lot of the footage that I did from previous weddings there at the venue, so people can see before and after and so forth. But cool. I struggle. I'm not real confident in, is it number of shots? Is it square footage? Do you charge if you fly the drone or not? I'm producing a lot of like mini clips inside of the virtual tour. So kind of all over the place as far as like add-ons and pricing and so forth. If anybody's willing to share a PDF, a pricing guide that they're using for their own virtual tours. Once again, I'm hoping to go approach, like we just, the conversation just led into schools, colleges, things like that, larger scale, more dynamic, larger budgets and so forth. The example that I have in the chat there, that's not complete, that's not published yet. It's about 75% there, but it's got drones. It will have incorporating like here's the full dance floor for a wedding. Going from empty space to full dance floor, and little things like that. But my God, I mean, my effort through all this, and the whole reason that I've started all this is that me echoing?
Someone is echoing.
So my effort is to kind of crush Matterport. My sales pitch is Matterport is a bunch of arrows that you click on, and you get a dead space. It's not decorated. You get very bare bones. Where my virtual tours are going to be very dynamic with video, with drone, with everything in the kitchen sink and so forth. But how do you price that?
You may want to volunteer their pricing? I've heard all kinds of stuff.
It depends. You can go in with a number of different things. You can go in with square footage, and if that's not something that they want to do with, you can go with a number of shots, but you have to have it set up already. So you can go square footage, and you can go square footage depending upon size, and then give them discount so that there's a perceived the perceived value is there for them by doing it square footage. If you want to do square footage and you tell them that they can do it by the photograph, you can show them the difference in doing it by square footage and having multiple shots, or just having that one shot that rotates 360 that's kind of there, but you can give them so much more by moving around the room. And like I'm a Matterport service provider as well, and I don't discount them. I just utilize what Matterport can do for me within. Like I have one client that it started with Matterport, it went to CloudPano, so now I have Matterport in CloudPano, but Treatise inside of Matterport, so that people can order tickets through will call in the building. You know, it's an equestrian center. They can order their tickets right there within the Matterport tour, but through Treatise. But Treatise has, so it's use your technology in a way that serves you. But CloudPano is the one that kind of it's the presentation, because if I have for instance a Parks and Recs, I have 5 different buildings in Parks and Recs. Well, now I can use CloudPano and my drone to show this one in this part of town, this one in this part of town, this one in this part of town. And then they can float aerially. Not only that, but then they can go inside of that particular wedding venue when they get there.
Yeah.
So you gotta use those various things to your advantage. Find out where their strength lies in terms of where they want to spend their money, and then, you know, do it like that. That's why I wanted to get the information about the subscription. You know, because for one of these clients, like, it's either you can go 15 cents per square foot, but you got a 630,000 square foot building. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that all day. Or I can waive the setup fee and just, you know, charge you $1,000 a month per building, and you have 23 buildings. Yeah. So it gives them the perceived value of, oh, well, they're not going to charge me 15 cents a square foot and a subscription. They're going to waive that and charge me a subscription. But if I have 23 buildings and I'm charging $1,000 per building per month, that's 23 grand that I'm making a month, that I'm not concerned about the setup fee. Will it take me time? Yeah, but that's the ebb and flow that you have to work with.
Sure.
Does that make sense? Is what I'm saying making sense, Zach?
It does, yeah. Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it all over the place. So like, itemize basically the service has been very common, more than just like square footage. To be candid, like it may fly in residential real estate, but to me, in my mind, it's like, as a buyer, I'm like, give me better pricing, bro. We're not doing by square footage, right? Like when I watch them walk around with it, I know, just understand. No one, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when someone sees you walk on site, take one photo in the center of a location, like, all right, square footage done. They're going to look at you like, give me my money back, you know? So you got to be careful. Like, I guess what I'm saying, be honest with them, you know, work with them. But I look at it more like a itemized service. So like, if you put a drone in the air, you should have a price on that, right? If you have a certain number of buildings, you know, you can price per building. If you can, try to make the price seem lower per itemized thing, right? But then like have it actually be, you know, because they'll end up negotiating against themselves. Well, let's do 4 buildings. It's like, okay, that's fine. We $4 grand or whatever, instead of $1,000, whatever it is. You want to add extra stuff, we can talk it out. But now what you're doing is they're negotiating against themselves instead of some other provider. That's what you want them to be. You want them to be negotiating amongst your packages, not amongst a competitor, right? Because as a competitor, if I come in there second, I'll be better price, no matter what the price is. You know, I just wait. That's most times that's what I'm going to do. Not always, but I'm going to ask them, hey, you have any other quotes on this? Okay, cool. Like, I'm going to know those competitors that are local. I'm going to know those guys. The first words out of my mouth are going to seem lower, and then hopefully per building, per whatever, we're going to increase over time. Once you can say yes, something a lower ticket, usually the upper ticket stuff's easy. Yes, kind of easy. Yeah, let's add that too. Why not? You're out here, go ahead and do it. You know, that's kind of how I see it. But everyone's different. I've heard really standard price. I've heard real low prices. I heard some folks, their goal is the subscription. They just want to get $100 a month per wedding venue. They don't care. They're going to shoot 40 of them, get $4 grand a month, and then go on vacation for a long time. It's up to you guys. You know what your goals are.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure, no problem. Cool. All right, we're past time. I'm gonna cut us off. This is a lot of fun though. I'm gonna let Yassine go next. I mean, he lowered his hand. All right, cool. So
no, actually, I thought you were gonna shut off.
Cool. Yeah. We're gonna shut down.
Okay.
I've been doing calls all morning. I'm tired.
Okay.
But I recorded this, so I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put it, probably in our paid programs. And then whatever you guys have questions, let us know. Come back next week with your question, with your hustle, with the struggles. I like to actually overcome the struggles. It's kind of fun because I have struggles too. Like co-founder of CloudPano, me and Clayton, we have our own struggles. We're working through, trying to figure out, oh crap, this is hard. How do we do this? Oh man, blah, blah. We're human beings trying to figure out stuff too. And so we rely on others sometimes too. Hey, what do you think? Give me some feedback on this. So we just utilize this time as leveraging of each other's, lessons in life and business, and hopefully grow together. And then in the future, we'll have an in-person event. That's my plan. All right, guys, I'll let y'all go. Hey, buddy. Oh, good. All right, guys. See y'all.